Today, in this part of video, we are going to learn basic of CATIA software. So CATIA V5. CATIA stands for Computer Aided Three-Dimensional Interactive Application. V5 stands for version 5. And R20 is the release basically. So now we'll see how we can start with the CATIA. When we are a beginner, how we can enter into the software. So for starting the software, we'll go to Start and go to Mechanical Design. Mostly that basic things that we require to learn like part design, assembly, sketcher, drafting, sheet metal design, and wireframe surface design. So these are the topics this basically mechanical engineer have to be learned. So we'll start with the today first topic with the sketcher. We'll go to sketcher toolbar, and here you can enter that file name that you want to give, and we can enable hybrid design. If you want to work with multiple modules, we can choose hybrid design. If you don't want to work with the multiple modules, you can untick this. So here we'll keep it checked. So sometime if I want to switch my module, we can switch it from here. We'll switch with the help of this. Now we'll do okay here. Now here we can see we have a planes here, and this is called a so we have this is plane X, Y, YZ, and ZX planes are there, and this is called basically our specification tree. In this specification tree, we can see the planes and the part body. Now whatever will we make, the sketches and the part features that we're going to create, that will become under your specification tree. So from here easily that can be editable. Now here we have a compass will help you to like manage that product. Like you want to move it, like you can see here when I'm moving this, our planes also rotating, means if you have any component is there, you can easily move and rotate. Even in the assembly also, it is very useful to manage the components. Now mostly what tools we have to learn in part design or sketchers. Okay, if I talk about first, because whenever we opening a CATIA by default, it is opening only, even the sketcher module, it's opening a part module tools. Here you can see this is our sketch based features tool, this is our draft dress up features tool, and we have, this is called transformation tools are there. Okay, and we have some reference tools are there. So basically like some filter surfaces tools are there. Okay, so these are the mostly tools that we are going to learn in our part design when we are going to work it. Okay, let me set it. We can customize our toolbar also. We can set wherever we want to take the toolbars, because in CATIA we don't have any fixed toolbar. So let me arrange quickly them. I'll just place my toolbar here. Now let's see one thing here. We have a sketcher icon here. Okay, so when we selected a sketcher from here directly, so this sketcher icon become orange. If you're taking part design, then sketcher icon will not become orange. In that case, you have to select the sketch from here. Now let me set this also here. Now what is asking basically, why it is orange? It is asking to select a plane. So how I can understand that, you can see the status at the bottom. It is asking select a plane or a planar face of a sketch. So what we have to do, we have to select any one plane on which we want to draw the sketch. We'll take XY plane. So once we take a plane, the plane screen become normal. Okay, now here let's make it exactly normal. It's not looking exactly normal to the screen. So if that is the case happen, so what we can do in that case is, so what we'll do, we'll go to views here, and we'll go to one option will be there, render style. In the render style, we'll take this to parallel view, and we can see that it has been changed. So sometime what happens, software get set to perspective view, or we are using some option in that it automatically changes to perspective view. So this is a way that we can change it. Now like we also understand that when we starting the tools. Okay, if you want to work in any other units, how I can change my project unit. So for that, I'll go to tools, and we can go to options. From here, that what are the CATIA settings we want to change it, we can change the settings. Like first we'll talk about that units that I want to change. What we can do, we can go to journal parameters and measures, and here we have the units. Okay, right now my unit has been set as in inches, but I want to work in mm. So what I'll do, I'll go here and change to mm, and like basically whatever the units we are using, how many zeros we have to use it, we can define that number of zeros here. Now do okay. Like if you feel that the background color that you don't like, you want to work in different background colors also, so that can be also changed. We can go to options, and we have here general display options. And the display options, we go to visualizations, and we can change the background color. Like I need a white color, for example. So it has been changed to white. So from here you can do almost all the settings that need to be changes or need required while working in the software. So I'll just keep it blue back, and any other settings, like for example you want to change any filters, any thickness of that components you want to apply. Okay, in this any other colors you want to change it. Okay, you maybe you want to do some settings for your assemblies, maybe for mechanical design, for some sketches, and any settings is required, that can be done from here. Let's do okay here. Now once if you required setting you have done, you can start working. Now what tools we require here, you can see we have this toolbar. Now one thing, some toolbar might be like get cancelled by mistake, or it's not showing properly on the screen. So what we'll do in that case is we'll just reset our screen of the particular screen, and the particular workspace toolbar will be come back. For that, what we can do, we can go to like view again. Sorry, we can go to tools here, and we'll go to customize, and here we have the options like to reset that. We'll go to toolbar and we'll go to restore all content. So software will be restore all the content, and then we want to make them as a beginning how that screen was. We'll click restore position also. So once we do this, you can see that all tools work will become like a same as in the beginning it is. So here like we can set this sketch tool here, and this filter tool, let me set this side. So we have, this is called sketch tool. Basically sketch tool is, we have grids are there for constructions, and some geometrical constraints are there, and this is a filter toolbar is there. And what we are going to learn more in that, we are going to learn about constraint toolbar, how to use constraint toolbar. Then we have this is our like sketcher toolbar, basically profile toolbar we call it here. And then we have, this is our operation toolbar. So these all toolbars we are going to see one by one. Okay, so we'll start with the profile toolbar. If you're not finding any toolbar, then no need to worry about it. What you can do in that cases, you can go to insert, and we have constraints, profiles, and operations. We can take all the tools from here also. So first I'm taking profile tool, or we can take from here profile. So when we're taking profile, we have this sketch tool is open here. From that we can see what options we can use it. We have a line, we have a tangent arc, and we have 3-point arc. Initially it is activated line, and initially like if you want to know exactly where you want to draw it from, you can give that x and y positions, horizontal vertical position. Let me give 10 and 10, enter. So you can see that my line has been started from 10 position. And if you want to know exactly angle and distance of the line that you want to make, you can feed it here, like say 100 distance line, and I want to make it 45-degree angle, enter. So like this I can get it. But if I don't want to use that toolbar, I can directly make, if I don't want to use the toolbar, we can draw directly also. Now if you feel that I want to change this to a tangent arc, we can click here and we can change this to a tangent arc. Again it's switched to line. If you want to make 3-point arc, 1 point is already fixed, so you can take 3-point arc from here. Now you can define second point. I said second point is this. Third point you can adjust where you want to take that. Let me take a little inside. And if you want to cancel the command, we can press escape button. So 3-point arc is basically you have to take in that way, like it should be connected, it not go outside. Like what happened when I clicked it, I clicked this point, so I can take 1 point here, and then I can click, it will be completely. For example, I'll show you again. If I using the same tool again, and I want to draw my 3-point arc here, what I'll do, I'll take 3-point arc. Now I'll take 1 point somewhere here and third point here. So this way it will be make proper close. Okay. Now this is how you can make a continuous tool to be used. That's called profile tool. Now we have some more tools. Let's see. So here we have the type of rectangles we can take. We have predefined profiles. We call it predefined profiles. In the predefined profiles, all the rectangles, slots, keyways, and hexagons are there. So first we have a rectangle tool. We want to take rectangle tool. Again, anything we have to make in CATIA, we can specify with the help of sketch toolbar also. Like if I want to say this to be 50 by 50, I'm going to start it. And the size of my rectangle will be 50, also 50 by 50. Like this I created. But if I don't want to use that toolbar, I can make it directly. So what is the difference in making directly, and what is difference by when making with the toolbar? You can see the color here, it's become green, and this color is white. So what this difference make here, like if you move this, you can see it cannot move because it is defined completely. Once something is defined completely, that become fixed about that positions and in the sizes. But here this component can move anywhere, it can displace from its actual position because it sizes are not defined. Once we define these sizes also, that also become green. For example, let's see that if I put the dimension on this, So now if I just move to this, so what happened, it will move whole object but it do not change the size. If I just define some dimension respect of origin or anywhere where we can fix it, so you can see that it become completely green in color. So now it will also not change the position. So when you're working CATIA, that's most important to constrain your sketch, make it green color, and further we can continue our work. Now we'll see on the type of rectangles. We have that oriented rectangle method. In oriented rectangle method, we have to specify 3 points. First, to fix 1 point, second for angle, and third for height. That is called oriented rectangle. And third, we have here parallelogram. We can click first, second point, and we can give a height on the third point. So we know that parallelogram is what, which have two parallel sides. This parallel to this, and this is parallel to this. Next, we'll make how to make a slot type. We have elongated hole. So elongated hole, we have to give first point, second point. We can make an elongated hole like this. Then if you want to make a cylindrical elongated hole, we can define one point, second point, and we can just make a cylindrical elongated hole like this. Now we'll see how to use the keyhole profile. So we just click on the screen and just we'll define that shapes, lower key and upper key way how we require, or you just start in that way, up to down, and we set the lower portion first and we set the upper portion first. Once we want to change the values of this, we can see these values are representing here. We can just pick this value and we can change it. Like if I want to make exactly 10, this to be 25, so this is where we can change it. Now next, we have hexagon. Directly we can take a hexagonal shape. We don't have like other software. We have we can change the number of sides, but here only hexagon shape we can draw. So we can define 1 point and we can draw a hexagonal shape. Next, we have this option is called center rectangle. We can define a center point and we can create a rectangle like this. That is equal to all the sides. Now we have one thing very differently in CATIA. We do not find in other softwares this thing. So like if you want to make any rectangle which is passing through two different axes, and that will be creating from center of that. So right now this is center of this two particular line. If I take this option and if I click on this line and this line, it will just create my rectangle exactly from that center. Okay, so that's called parallel, or you can say centered parallelogram. Next, we'll see how to use my circles. Okay, all the type of circles. So we have first circle is called center circle. Again, we can define the where we want to start. If you want to use from here, you can use from there also. Okay, or we can directly make. We can click and we can make that. Or if you say that you want to make a particular radius circle, you can define the radius and you can define your coordinates. I said this to be 50 and this to be 50. Okay, we'll select it completely and make it 50, and this we can specify like radius to be, so you see that it point is fixed, you can fix the radius value, enter, and you can see that 50 by 50 everything is created. So that is the way. Now next is 3 point. If we have any 3 points are there, like let's create some 3 points. So I'll make one line here and we'll make some line here and here. So I have 3 different points and I want to make a circle by touching this. I'll take this 1, 2 and 3. So we have 3 points, we can make circle from 3 points. Next, we have coordinate circles are available. We can go to coordinate method and we can specify that x and y position here where we want to make it. So I'll just give it is 10 and this is like 20, and what should be the radius of circle, do okay. So you can see here that it is created exactly where the coordinates. So it's similar like previous thing that we have seen by center. Now we have one more thing here. We have polar. Polar means if you want to make the circle at particular degree of angle, you can define. This is what the distance from center, I say 50. And this is the angle that you can define. And this is the radius of circle, how much you want to take it out. And do okay. So we can see there, this 50 distance, this 45, and this is 30 radius, circle is created. Next, we want to make 3 tangent anywhere and we want to make a circle. We can create 3 tangent and we can create a circles. Let me get back to line. So we can click on this tool 1, 2 and 3. We can get a 3 tangent things. This is how we can make a 3 tangent circle. Now we have 3 point arc is there. We can click first point, second point and third point and we can make a 3 point arc. Okay, this is how we can make. Now we have one more 3 point arc is there, that is called 3-point arc starting with a limit. So in that cases we have to specify a limit. In that we can make an arc. Let me make one line. Let me specify some size of this line. I have, this is 40, and I want to make circle, that arc, circular arc in this particular limit. We'll go to this option and we'll take this point, this limit, and third you can tell that which side you have to make, how much radius you have to make. This is how we can create it. Now we have that one option is called center arc. We take this and we can specify the center point and then start and end point of the arc where we require. Like this we can make a arc type. Next. So next we have like splines are there. We can see how to make spline. So this is a free spline is what one of kind of freehand tool. We take that and we can create a freehand spline like this. Okay, right click. You can close the spline also, or you can keep it open spline also. Press escape button. Now one more thing, let me make one more spline here and show you one more tool to use. And like somewhere if you want to connect the two splines, you have some options here. Connect method. In the connect method, we can select to 1 point and second point, 1 point and second point. We can get a spline here. Okay. We have more things in this. We can take this option from here. We want to take like arc. We can add an arc here. Like this, we'll try to add a tangency arc. Then we have we want to add a line or something up with a point. We can just take point the straight line. Then we can also take some continuity tangency. We can select that and we can try to maintain a continuity tangency. This is for curvatures. So this is the way that we can add variety of things, and we can close a spline with the help of additional connect method. Now next we have that type of ellipse are available. We'll see ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, and conic tool. So for making ellipse, we can take this ellipse tool and we have to define one center. We'll define maximum radius and minimum radius by clicking, or we can type here also. So like this we can make ellipse. Now let me make normal to screen. Again we have that option is called parabola by focus. So you have to define one focus point. Okay, from where you want to make this parabola, I define one point of the focus. Then what we have to do, we have to define our apex point from where we're going to make that parabola. So I'll just define one apex, and then we have to define a starting and end point of a parabola. This is how we have made a parabolic shape. Similar way we can design some hyperbolic shape. We have to define again a locus, or you can say the focus point on the screen. And after defining a focus point, how you want to take, you can define. Let me now what we have to do, we have to define that center of this part. Once you define the center, now we have to define the apex. So we have to define apex. Now we can click, and this is how we can make a hyperbolic shape. Now next we have a conic tool. Conic tool basically it depends on row values. Okay, if the row value we have 0.5, it become parabola. If the row value is coming less than 0.5, it become ellipse. And if it is going more than 0.5, it become a hyperbolic shape. Okay, so let me take this and we'll see how to make that. We have to make one upper side, one like this. We'll just make, and one this side. Oh. So I'll make one line here and one line this side. So we can control this. Now you can see here one parameter is there. So if you change this parameter, you can achieve that shape. You can see that is near 0.5, it show you parabolic shape, and more than 0.5, it become hyperbolic. This hyperbolic shape, and last elliptical shape we can achieve. So what we required, we can take that like it's elliptical now. If you want to change this, we can double click on that and we can change the parameter. Okay, so I said 0.5, it's parabola now, or 0.75, it become hyperbolic, or 0.05, we can take that last value, we can take 0.05 to make an elliptical shape. So this is how we can just make the conic tool. Next, let's close this toolbars. Okay, like for example, if I mistakenly closed any extra tools bar, or how we can get it back. Basically all we have, but if we have done that case also, one method is resetting. So we'll not reset this time. We have one more way, in that your toolbar, and here you should know the name of toolbar. Like we have constraint, measure, operations. We can check this from here and that will be come back to the screen. For example, let me remove this profile. You can see it's gone. If I want it back, I can go here and I can select that directly from here also. So we can see that toolbar is came back. Now we'll see the next option is that lines tools. So if you want to make a variety of line type, we can go to line. So we can define the point from where we have to draw, and we can make a line like this. So when we draw line or any other tools, it will be cancelled after making one use. If you want to continue using that, you can double click on that, and then you can start making continue line. Continue doesn't mean it picking that point. You have to specify again and again for making that. That doesn't mean continue. Command remain continue. Next we have infinite line. If you want to make infinite line, we can take this. We have option here horizontal, vertical, and angle. So initially we can take horizontal. If you want to make vertical, we'll take a vertical line. We can place a vertical. If you want to place a line with some intersection, you can take this tool. And you can tell one point, and second point, the line will be created with the intersection of 2 points. That's called infinite lines. Now we'll see the next. If you have any two arcs are there, any or circles are there, you want to make tangency lines between them, you can use this method. Let's create something and see. So I'll just take this tool and click on the circle and the circle. We can see this become tangent here and tangent here. Let's make one more here to here. So this is how we can make direct tangent lines. Next, if you want to place somewhere that bisector line, we can do that. Let me do one thing. I'll just make some lines here. And I want to put a bisector between this line and this line. We can go to line tool and take a bisector method. So I'll select this line and this line. We can add a bisector between them. Next one, we have like perpendicular line. If any places we feel that we want to draw a normal or perpendicular line from that, we can use this tool. Like from circle, we want to draw a perpendicular line. From existing line, we can draw a perpendicular line. Anywhere we feel that we want to draw one perpendicular line from there, we can draw that. Now we're going to see that how to use axis. We have this axis is there. We can draw. It's like a center line when we're doing mirror or when we're doing revolve and mirror kind of things. In that cases, we can use this axis line. Next, we have a variety of points methods are available. If you want to make a points, we can just take a point tool. We'll click on the points and we can specify where the point to be created. I just click one. So you see again, one point is coming. If you want to use continuously, double click on that and we can continuously use that. Next, we want to make a point with particular coordinate location. We can just specify that X and Y position. So horizontal, I said 50, vertical, that to be 100, and click. So like this, I created a point. Similar way, we can make a polar point also. We can tell that a distance from center and that angle. So we can see that point is created by 100 by 45 degrees. Next, we have if any lines are there or any object is there, if you want to make equal distance point on that, we can go to line tool and we can do that. Let me make one line. Let me have some distance to this. So this is like 140 and I want to make some points on that. We'll take this equal distance point. We click on the line and here we can decide the number of points that we want to make it out. I said I need only total 8 points. So software automatically calculate the spacing between them and total length is 140. Do okay. So like this we can make that the point will be created 155.56 equal distance. If you change any one distance, other distance will be also changed. Like I said my room is 150, so all the distance will be changed accordingly. Okay. So this is how that will be vary because they have a relation is added between them. Next, if you want to make a point at an intersection of two objects, like if I make something crossing here and I need one point here at the intersection of this two part, we have this tool is there, intersection point. We can click on the first line and second line and we will get an intersection point. Next, anywhere we want to draw a perpendicular, like same like projection point, if I can say like if any point is there I want to project, for example this point I want to project on this line, we can see that we'll get a projection. So if we want to draw projection to any other objects, we can use a projection method also to create a point. So like exactly the perpendicular of this, the point will be created here. So these are the type of points we can use point toolbar. Now next we'll see we have operation toolbar is there. Operation toolbar is like one of modification things. Okay, let's see. I'll make some lines here and line here and we just define some size of this toolbar. Tools less 50 and this to be something 50. I define the sizes of these lines. Now we are going to define that corners. So corner is what, like, we have different conditions are there. It's a fillet in other software we called corner in CATIA. So trim all elements means whatever will be there, it will be just develop a corner to trim everything. I'll select this and see. So this is how we can make our corner. Now let's see another method. We'll go to this option and we have that we want to trim only first element. So what are the first line we're going to select it? It will be trim, and second line will be trim. As the first line and second line, you can see that. Now next we'll make so again we'll take this tool and we'll just select this. If I want to make no trim, like if I don't want to remove that lines, for example, let me make one more case. Like we have something like this and we don't want to trim this lines and we want to add a corner, we'll take this tool and we can make this way. Next, we can keep like this also. We want to maintain the corners, we can use standard lines and we'll select this and corner will be developed. Next, if that case is there, we want to trim the lines. In that cases, we can use one more method. So here we'll use this, like we can use construction method. Okay, we want to them convert in construction, so you can see that will be trim and make a construction. Let me do undo. If we want to make the same to be keep upper lines also, so you can select it. You can see that it is making constructions line here. So this is how we can make some chamfered method here. Now we'll see, or we can say, sorry, fillet method here. Now we'll see chamfer methods. We have some chamfer type. Similar way we can do a chamfer. Okay. So I'll make some chamfers. So I'm not now repeating that same thing, but I'll discuss the differences things here. So I'll go to chamfer and we'll select here like first chamfer, first line and second line are normal. So in this, when we applying, we have three types are there. One is like angle and hypotenuse, second is angle, first distance and second distance, third is angle and distance. So I'll take angle and hypotenuse. You can decide the angle value. You can press tab key and that it will be selected here. So 45, what the length we want to keep it, we can specify, enter. So this is how it will be at a hypotenuse angle and the distance. Now we have another way. We want to add two different distances in the lines. We can do that also. We'll take chamfer tool. We'll just select line 1 and line 2 and we can go to the second option here and we just select the distance values. Now I set this to be 20 and this to be 25. Like this we added it. Next, if you want to take one angle and one distance, you can do that also. Let's take a line again. So we'll go to the chamfer and we'll take this tool. Line 1, line 2, and we'll just specify this method and we'll just choose angle, how much we require. Let me set the angle to be 55 and distance to be 25, enter. So this is how we can add a angle and distance method. So this we have three type of chamfers in Sketcher that we can apply. Now we'll see how to use like trimming methods. So here we have the first method is re-elimination method. So in the re-elimination, the first option trim method. Trim, we'll see how to use it. Like if I have one line is this and one line is this, two lines are crossing each other. We'll take this tool and in this we have two options are there. One is like trim all elements and trim first element, like that we have. So if I select this line and this line, after taking that option, we can see what happened. Both sides will be get trimmed. But if I don't want to trim both sides, then in that case, I can use this. I can only that line I'm selecting, I can select up to, like I can click here also, or I can select this line and continue click in that. It will be trimmed that much only. Do not trim anything extra. Only that particular line will be trimmed that we have selected first. Next, we have a break option is there. If you want to break any line, it's single line. I want to break this line into multiple lines. We'll just use this. We select the line and click where we want to break it. So we can see this line into break into two parts. We want to break it more, we'll select this, click, and we can see this is divided into more number of parts. Next, if you want to trim something directly, so for that case is what to do. So in that cases, we have this trim tool. We can take this tool and we have some options are there, break and rubber in. So here, what do you select directly, that will be trim. we have one more thing is called break and rubber out. If you select this, if you click this line will be get trimmed outside. And now one more thing is there. If you want to make a division between the lines, you can use this tool and take this tool, break and keep. So when I select this line, we can see this is breaked into three parts, 1, 2, and 3. So like this. But one more thing, like in this, when we're using any of the toolbar, the command apply and cancel. Again, you want to use continuously. You double click on the toolbar, and you can continuously trim with this toolbar. So if you want to trim everything one by one, you can use the first option from there. Next, we have the option is called complement and close arc method. If you have any half arc, let me make a half arc here. So we'll just define arc. Now, if you want to make a close arc here, you can use this method and click on this and will be give a close arc. Now let me do undo. If I need a second half part, I don't need this circle. So we can use a complement method. We'll click on the complement, click on the circle. It will give you the complement other side of the arc. Next. So that is our re-elimination toolbar. Now we'll see how to use transformation toolbars. So in the transformation toolbar, we have mirror, symmetry, move, rotate, scale, and offset method is there. So first, if you want to mirror something, let's see mirror thing. If I create something to be mirrored, for example, any random thing is getting created. Okay, like this, I created one part. Let me make one axis to see our mirror line. Okay, I need a reverse image of this portion this side. So first we'll select that object to be mirror, and then we'll go to mirror tool either from here or from here. We'll select the center line, and we can see we got a symmetrical object. That's called mirror. Now let me do undo. Now we have one more method is called symmetry. Symmetry means if we don't need keep original one, we need only mirror copy. We'll use this method. We'll select that object and select that center line. We can see it deleted from here. It produce only the symmetry image. Now next we have translate option. This translate option we can move and we can do pattern kind of things also with the help of this. Let's see. Let me create some object. Let me have some sizes of this part. 20 and this to be 35. Now we can go to this option translate. So untick initially duplicate mode. We'll select this and we just tell that one point, a base point from where we want to move this. Now where we want to cap it, we can put the distance value also. We can move in mouse in that direction and we can tell the distance like I want 150, enter and click. So just move at 150 distance from that point. Or you can randomly place it. If you want to place anywhere, you can select it and go to move, tell the base point and move it wherever you like. Now one more thing, if you want a duplicate copies while doing this, you can do one thing here. Click on this and take a duplicate mode, number of duplicates copy, and if the relation, if you want to maintain the relation that is acting on the body that you want to maintain, you just keep the constraint to be select. If you don't want to keep the relation, you can untick this method. Now select this and you can get a number of copies. Now here how many copies you can tell, and you can tell the distance. It will be work like a pattern. You want to make same like other direction, same, use it and give the one point and make it another direction. So like this we can do a pattern kind of things also. Now next we have copy method. If you want to like copy some sorry, next we have rotate. Okay, because everything we are getting copy now, so we can get in this also. We'll go to rotate. So initially I'll untick that duplicate mode. I'll show you how this we can rotate. We can select that object to be rotate. We just select that and we can specify the degree of angle, how much we have to rotate it. Okay. But if you want a duplicate object while rotating, you can select this and select it and tell the duplicate. Let me give only one duplicate and just do okay. So here we can see the duplicate also. Now I can use the same command as a pattern also. Let's see. I will make one circle here. Let me make an origin. So we'll select origin and we'll make one more circle to pattern around that. So I'll use this method, rotate, and we'll specify the number of counts that we require. Let me put it here 6 counts or 5 counts. Total 6 will come including this. So we have to give always, if I need 6, I'll give 5. Okay, so we have to give n minus 1. So here I'll keep duplicate, keep constraints, and we'll select origin from where I have to pattern it. Then we have to select the point on the object. Now we can define the angle. I say 360 divided by 6. So it automatically gives that equal angle between them. So like this you can put it, or you can give that fixed angle between them if you know that exact angle between them. Now next we have that offset method. Okay, let's see how to use that. So let's create something. So I'll put some arc also like this, put line. Let's see. So we have this option is there. First method I can take is no propagation method. It means whatever I'll select, only that part will be get offset. I select this line. You can put the number of copies and the distance is there. Let me put distance first. I say this to be, I want to take it 5 distance, enter. If I want to make multiple copies at a time, we can do that also. I can select it and put the number of instants. I said I need 3 instants and distance is 5 between each. So I got a total 4 like here, including this. Next we have option. We can do one thing. If we want to, let me do from this side. I'll show you one more thing. So if I do normally, it is single line is going, but I want to select this arc also. So in that cases, when we have any arc cases are there, we can use tangent propagation. So it will pick that the tangent part also with that to be offset. Next, we can go to the option and take this as option is called point propagation. It means whatever is there, it's connected with the point that can be offsetted. So select this. Now we can tell the distance, what distance we required. If you need number of copies, we'll tell that. I'll put it here 5 distance and enter. Next, we want to make both side to be offset, like inside and outside both side. That I want this to be remain at mid. So in that cases, we have one more option is there that's called offset both side. So and use no propagation or the point propagation. Now we'll select that object and we can tell the distance value. I set this to be 2. I want to take it and so like this we have made a offset. So these are the offset options that we can use it. Now next we'll see how to use constraints option. So constraint is what basically one type of dimensions we can use it. Okay. So if you want to make relations, horizontal, vertical, other relations, we can use it from the constraint defined in dialog box, and only dimensions we can do it from here. And even the relation, it will help you to add it. So let's see first one by one. Like let me make one line, and I'm not making them to straight. Okay. So if I want to make them straight, so how I can do that now? We can select that and we go to constraint defined dialog box and we'll define this to be exactly horizontal and this to be exactly vertical. So like this I can put a relation between them. Even by this also we can use the relation. Now how it is acting, when you're doing this, right click, you will get the option to do what you want to do, horizontal, vertical. I say horizontal. So like this also we can add a relation. So let's see some more relation. If I want to connect 2 points to with each other, we can select one point and second point, we can make them coincident. If you like right now, you can see this is completely free to move anywhere. If we want something be lock at particular position, we can select that and say fixed. Okay, so that portion will be not movable now, that will be locked at this position. Even if you delete now, you see this become over constraint, you can delete horizontal, vertical because it do not change, it's fixed now. So something is fixed that cannot be change its position, or you can say, but right now it can change in size. Why it's changing size? Because this point is free. If you put dimension or this point to be fixed, then this point will also not change. Now you can see that its point will not changing now. Now next, if we make one, like for example, I want to make a tangent or something, so I'll make some arc. Let me get some arc here. So I want this to be okay, we have, let me delete that, let me adjust now. First of all, let me make join them. I'll use coincident method here. Okay. Now next thing, I want to make a smooth transition here. For that, I want to make a tangent. We'll select this and select this. We can use option is called, okay, it's not reflecting. Let me select it again by pressing Control, and we'll see we'll get tangency option. You can also add dimensions also. If you want to add from here, you can select it. You can add a radius. You can select this. You can add a length. So we can select 2 points. We can add dimension between 2 points also. Like I'll select it and I want to add a distance between them. We can do that. So a lot of things is possible. Dimension now. Now we'll see something else. If we have any line is there, for example, that is not parallel to other thing, I want to maintain parallel. I select this line and this line. we'll say that should be parallel to each other, that become parallel. Or if I want to maintain that should be perpendicular to line, other line or anything, we can select this line and this line to be have a perpendicular relation between each other. We can tell that is a perpendicular. Next, we'll see how to make a symmetry object. Symmetry means equal about the axis both sides. So if I want to make anything symmetrical about any axis, we can do that. So I'll just make one object. Let me create a rectangle. So let me adjust half of that axis. Now it is not equal about axis everywhere. So I want that to be become exactly symmetrical. So for that, I'll go to first I'll select this line and this line. Then I select the axis. Then I'll go here and select the symmetrical method. You can see this become equal both sides. Similar way I'll do other side. Select this line and this line. We can select points also. So to be define equal distance like this, we can do it. Next. So we'll see what more is there. So we can add, okay, semi measurement. So if you doing any ellipse you are creating and you feel that you need to be add distances of that ellipse part. So for that we can do it. Let me go. I'll not finding my ellipse there. Let me take from here. Go next and we'll take it ellipse. So when we creating ellipse and we want to add a distances value, we'll select this and we'll go to option semi major and minor axis to be added. Okay, so we can see that it will be added that elliptical distances. We can just pick and move. Next, we can also add a relation is called midpoint to any other one object and point. So if I have this line and this to be placed exactly to middle of that, let me make this to be exactly horizontal first. So I want this line will be go in the middle point of this. So let me fix it. I do not change its size. It's 65 exactly. Now I'll select this point and this line and go here and take a midpoint option. So line will be go to the middle point of that. Next, if you want to make any number of points to be have equal distance between each other, we can do that also. I'll creating this to be an unequal distances. Let me make. So I made all three it unequal distances. I want that to be have a same distance between each other. We'll go to this option. Oh, we'll take this one point. Let me take this. This I want this and this three to be have equal distance. We'll select this and we'll say equal distance. Okay. So this is how now all three will be have a equal distance between each other. Now next. So if you want to add distances, you can add it. Okay. You want to add any angles between any objects. If something object is there, you want to do angular thing between them. Let's show something. We'll select this line and this line. We can also get angle option is there. So these all type of relations constraints we can apply while defining the object. Now we'll see how to add dimension. If you want to add any dimension, go to constraint and you can select that line to be add vertical distance or horizontal distance. Okay, or any align distance. We can double click. We want to change the values. We can change the values also. If we have any arc, you can show that directly radius value of that by clicking this tool. If you're making circle and all, you want to show the diameters or any other things, you can show that. Like you go to this option and you can represent the dia. But if you feel that you don't want to show dia, you want to show radius, you can change this to radius also and you can show the radius value also. So we can this way we can do all the kind of dimension. Now we'll see some more options here. We have one tool is there that's called contact constraint. Contact constraint is what when we have you can say any circles are there and I want to make the two circle to be concentric to each other, we can use that. Let me have one circle and one more circle. We'll put some dimensions so the size will not change. Now we'll do one thing. We'll take this contact tool. We'll select this circle and this circle to be concentric. Okay, we'll take this, and this to be concentric. So you can see that become concentric to each other. This option can be work in one more ways. Like if I have any line is there and any arc or thing is there, you want to make that be tangent with that line. You can do that. Let me add some size to this and even this. So I'll go to this option and select this line and this circle. We can see that become tangent here. So this way, this option can be used as a contact and a tangent method. Next, we have A fixed together method. So fixed together is what, like if anything is there, let me delete all the relation what is acting here. So you want to keep them fixed together with each other. Any number of objects you have, you can use this fixed together method and select the objects. Whatever you want to fix it, you can press Control button and select that and do okay. What happened? These two objects become fixed. If you move one, other will be also moved with that because they have fixed. So anything is there, we want to fix them, we can use this method and we'll fix it. Next, if we have any complicated diagrams are there and we're not able to follow or we're not able to manage that constraint part properly, we can take help of software to define that part portion. So what I'll do, I'll just make some object. So okay, let me make one circle here. Let me delete this all. So I made it away from the origin. Now I want to be define it completely. We'll go here and we'll select with the origin. Okay, select everything. Okay, let me do it again. If we not select everything, it don't do not make a become constraints. So we'll do okay here and we can see that now it will be added all the relations. So we can only now what dimension we need to do or needed, we can adjust that by just changing the dimension value. Okay, so because when we changing a dimension, because we haven't made it proper size and all, so it maybe make problems like the dimensions lines make problems and all. Okay, because circle is there now, so it will might be make problems. So you can adjust them by managing a relation, deleting a relations. Okay. So I deleted some relation from here, so we can add additional relations also if it's required separately. So this is how we can use the auto constraint method in the software. Now like lot of dimension I did it right, and if I feel that I want to change the dimension, either I go one by one. If it is a bigger project, it will take too much time in going into one by dimension and to change them. So what I'll do, I'll just use this method. It's called edit multi constraints. So in that cases, it automatically pick all the constraint, all the dimensions of your project, and here you can tell that what value required. I said this to be 15. So we can tell that one by one what exactly I need to be changed. I said this is 15, so this is 41. I want to make it exactly 40. This to be, I want to make it 45, and so this to be 35, and it's already 38. Let this to be 25, and this to be 22, and we'll set this to be exactly 8, and I'll make this to be 17. Okay, so you see all the dimension has been changed. Now you can see preview. If you want to restore initial, you can do restore initial also, do okay. So like this we have defined all the dimension in single method. So that is one good method. Now we'll see one more thing is called animated dimensions. So if you're making anything to be animate, or you want to make some mechanism kind of thing and you want to run in 2D, so we can do that with the help of animate dimension. Let me create simple object here. I'm making one simple piston and cylinder arrangement. So I'll make one circle here and specify the dimension of this to be 25, and we'll make one rectangle here. We'll make it symmetrical about center. So I'll use symmetric, and we'll just define the dimensions to specify it. Let me make it this to be 70, and also I'll specify the size of this part. This to be 25 or 28, and I'm going to trim this lines from here. So I'll trim this. Now I'll just make one piston arrangement here. I'll just create one piston and I'll arrange it exactly center first with the help of symmetry method. Now I'll just define exactly the sizes of this particular piston that I need to take. 24, and we can specify some 8. So we'll put it here 8, and also we'll add a connecting rod between them. So we'll take connecting rod, we'll just pick this point and we'll define how the connecting rod will be go to the origin. Now we'll just define all the dimension of the connecting rod. So I'll take this and we'll specify this dimension, and we'll just define one angle also here between them. So how much the angle it is forming. So all things become defined here. Now once everything is defined, we can see the simulation now by animating it. We'll go to the option animate dimension tool. We have to select the dimension that to be animated. I want to animate this particular angle, so we'll select the degree of angle. Now here you can define what is the first value. Let me keep it 0 degree, and last value I say it will go maximum 360 degree. You can tell number of steps, so it will be run a little more speedily, or okay. Then we have here how we want to play it. Like, let me show you. First is to run backside. Okay, this is when you're running, you can pause it, you can stop the animation, you can stop it, or you can go in front direction. This is for one shot only. Then you want to go to reverse direction, you can reverse the direction. You can play in the loop also. This is for a loop. And if you want to continue in one direction, you go here and select this, and it will be continue in one direction. You want to hide that dimensions values and all, you can click hide here, and dimension value will be hidden. So we can use this for animating. I'll untick this and cancel it. So this is how we can use the animate dimension tool to make animation of any 2D objects. Next we'll see now. So we have covered till now all that constraint types. We have covered all that profiles tools. We have covered all that corners, chamfer, re-elimination, transformation tool. Now we'll see how to use 3D geometry methods. We have project 3D elements, intersect 3D element, and project salute and isolate methods. So project 3D is what, if you have any object in 3D, we can project that. Just let me convert the same part into 3D. I'll just change little changes. Let me do it here quickly. I'll just remove these lines. And let's convert. Let me just define this exactly position of this particular part. Let's make this to be a 3D part. So we can use a pad option to make it 3D and do okay. So like this, we have a 3D component. I want to pick the edges of this part body to be projected. So we'll go to sketch again, select the face or any planes. We can project on the planes also. Suppose I want to project this particular area, we can go to the option project 3D element. We have this toolbar is there, project 3D. So select this and we can select the edges to be projected. Okay, like you can double click on that and you can continuously project it. Okay, click one by one. So like this, we can see in yellow color it is created. So if I want to use it for 3D purpose, I can use it pad. It will make a 3D here. Okay, or maybe I want to do anything else, I can do modify and all. We can do it. So right now it is fixed here. We cannot change this. We cannot move this sketch from here. Okay. So if we right now, let me show you first by using this sketch. If I want to make it pad, it can be done a pad. See, it's make a 3D. But let me do undo. But suppose I want to do some modification in this, what we'll do in that cases. So in that cases, we have to make it isolate. We'll select the sketch and we'll go to insert operations and we'll go to isolate option. So now it's become normal. If you want to make any modification, you can do that, because what happened, it's just completely explode like we do in AutoCAD kind of thing. So there the things will get exploded. So here it just exploded. Now you have to maintain a single relation. If you want to just define something, then you have to define each and every relation how you want to keep it. Okay, because it's become a single object. So I'll just quick and specify quickly all that constraints. So if we project something and we isolate something, we need to define it. If we don't want anything to be changed, we can use directly that sketches. So it's not only that we are projecting on the faces of the body, we can also project on other planes also if you want to do that. So sometime maybe you have made it and you need the same thing, but you need with the different sizes. You can do that now. You can do that arrangements and you can make, let me make it this to be 25 and this to be some 18. And now I can use this. Maybe I want to add a cut here. We can go to pocket and we can tell the depth of cut and it is cutted. So this is how we can use that. Now next, as I said, like it's not necessary to use the same place. Let me do one thing. I'll make one plane at some distance and I want to project that this some face sketch on this particular plane. We'll select this plane and sketch on it. So we'll go to project method and we'll select that complete face I want, and see the sketch has been produced. So suppose if I want to extrude this or pad it here, we can just go to pad tool and it will be converted to 3D. Next, we can do one thing here. We have for circular body cases. Now this is for normal case we have seen. We'll see how to use projection for circular body cases. Let me uh, take a new file, part here. Okay. So we'll create something circular object. Let's create simple object to be understand. Let's make a simple cylinder part, and we'll make a pad here. Now in this I want, again I think it's showing a perspective view what to do. So some settings taking automatically. In that cases we always change this to parallel. Now it's looking much better now. So it's happened. This is how you have to change the settings. Now what we do, we have to just put projections on this. I need a lines from that faces on this plane. So select this plane and sketch on it. So I'll use this option. It's called project 3D salute edges. We'll select that circular body faces and we can see that it got that edges. So like maybe sometime we do not get a reference on the circular body faces to select the edges or faces properly. In that case, we project it and we can convert to center and we can use it, because converting the thing into construction object, what happened? Okay, so that will be not come in our part. Okay, so we can use a reference element. Now next, if you have two element which is intersecting, you want to produce, or you can say you want to obtain the intersection curve of the two parts, we can use this method. Let me do one thing. I'll create something to be intersect the part body. Let me delete this part. So we'll update it, control U first, or exit first. Now we can delete this all. So we'll make something which can be have little intersecting kind of things. So I'll make one simple object, rectangular object, and we'll make a pad of this. Let's make something else to be intersect with that. We'll make a pad of this. So this time I'm keeping mirror pad, so it will be get at both sides. Like this, I made something it intersecting a part. Now, if I need intersection sketches of this part, we can get it easily. We'll just, if I want to draw from this face, I'll now take the intersection method and I can select that edges to be getting intersecting lines from that part. We can select and we can get a intersection sketch. So sometime we need to use intersection sketch. So in that cases, this is how we can produce it from the part bodies. Okay. So that is all about 2D sketcher tools. Okay. Now we'll see one more thing is there that is very important part. Okay, in the sketching, when we're doing sketching. So let me delete this part here. Let me exit from here and we'll delete this now. So we have one sketcher tool is there, sketch tool is there. In the sketch tool, we have some options are there. Construction element. If you want to draw anything, the construction form, we'll use this way and draw in the construction form. Sometimes we need to draw something references thing now. So in that cases, we require this. You want to make it normal, you turn off it and you can make it normal object. Okay, you made something in construction, you turn it normal, or you made something normal, you turn in construction form. Next, we have two more important part is there, that is called geometrical and dimensional constraints is there. Geometrical dimension constraints are what basically it will help you to detect the relations basically. So like if I make any part here, let me make a simple rectangle. So let me turn off this and let me make it again rectangle. If I make a rectangle, and if you notice one thing, it automatically picking horizontal vertical relations on this part. Okay, why it is picking that? Because this icon is activated here. If we turn off this icon, let me make a rectangle now, and it do not pick that horizontal vertical relation. So it means that is free to move anywhere, it is not constrained. Okay, but here I cannot change that orientation of this part. Now if I show you one more thing, the use of this part, like when we making something with the sketch tool, by putting dimensions there, it will be add dimension. We see that. Let me take, I'll put it like this is 10 by 10, enter, and I'll put it like 50 by 50. Okay, it's created, I think 50 by 50, enter. Okay, I think put something extra dimension. Let me delete that. Okay, so here we can see that it is coming with dimension. But if I turn off the dimension tool now, if I turn off the dimension constraint, let's see what will happen. So if I do again, I said this to be, let me put 10 by 10, enter, and again 10 by, oh, it's become 1, 10 by 10, enter. So you can see that it came but without dimensions. So size is not fixed. So mean to say that if that is on, then only dimension will be added from the sketch tool. If it is off, it do not add. So we have to keep this both icon to be on. So we can use that use options from here. That is the use of your sketch tool method. We have one grid thing is there. If you want to like AutoCAD, you have used it, you have familiar with the grid tool things. Okay, you see that grids are enabled. If you want to work with the grids, you can enable the snapping point, and you want to draw something now by picking the grid lines, we can do that. We can see that it's picking grid boxes. I can pick the grid box and I can draw something by using picking the grid box exactly. Okay, let me do undo Control Z here. It's taken arc. We'll just draw like this. We can do it by picking the grid boxes. Also, we can draw exactly. Let's turn off this. So this is how we have seen that how to use the sketcher part. And the next part of video will cover all that part modeling tools. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, please subscribe our channel and comment on my videos. If you need something else from us, you can comment in the video. We can try to bring that concepts video on that part.